Did you start a microwave?
That was my car. Thank you. It's cold. Yeah, I'm in the kitchen. That's exactly where I am right now.
Where you am? Yeah. You know, I always wanted to ask, like, how do y'all do this? Where y'all be at? Because for the people at home, they live in the same house.
So
not as roommates.
Cool. Right.
Yeah, so, like, how the fuck do y'all sit in separate rooms? Where do the children go? Like, I need answers.
Right. So in order to, one, avoid the children, I go into the bedroom, period. Just completely cut off from everyone else in the house. And then, you know, we can't be in the same room because we'll get the echo. So Morgan usually elects to either go outside and sit in the car or sit on the patio or just, you know. But she usually goes outside.
Yeah.
I have offered.
You really can't be in the same house.
Prefers it. Yeah.
You sit outside
for
5 hours while we do this?
Wait a second.
Castro's in.
Oh, God. So I heard this. Well, I offer. So she goes out into the frigid cold while you sit in the middle of the king-size bed amongst I guess the great wall of pillows. I don't know what it is y'all got set up in there. She's out there freezing at the top of the wall, and you're in Lord Commander's chambers. You're in Lord Commander's chambers drinking out of this. It just started getting cold.
Here's the thing. I want to defend all of you. I want to defend you right now, but I also want to see how far this will go into the Game of Thrones world.
Of course. You're in Lord Commander's chambers with all the furs. You have all the furs. I'm damn near in Casterly Rock and let you tell it, you know.
Wow. Yeah.
I might be in High Garden, let you tell it. Jeez.
I think I know what this is about. I know why this happens this way.
Yes, you do.
Morgan likes to sit in her car. She smokes the finest of cigars, and she just fucking cheaps on a cigar.
Yeah, some wine with her.
Some wine,
I think you're
some
sitting
sort of
with me.
Spirit.
Have you been in here with me? How do you know?
I am you, Morgan.
You are me.
We are the same fucking person.
We are the same.
You're funnier though. So
no.
inspiring.
I would absolutely not say that.
To recap. Oh God. You're in the lip of Dorne with all of these Dornish women. All draped around you.
Living his life like it's golden.
And Morgan is worried that if somebody at the CTA meeting sees her twice in and out that car, they might think she lives in it. Is this what's happening? Yes.
Oh,
you know how those rumors that your mom lives in a car. Those things go off the phone pretty quickly. That's why the kids always on time for school. They live in that car. I just want to say, that rumor that flies through schools. Hey, did your mom live in the car?
That certainly can't be the name of the episode, but can we just sort of hashtag that? Like, can we just hashtag? I think your mom lives in her car. What a fucking terrible rumor.
And look. And the car, you only use the front 2 seats. Everything's stuffed in the back when you live in them cars.
Exactly. When you live in a car,
live in the seat.
Absolutely.
The back seats are like, that's luxury. That's a luxury.
Yeah. That's a luxury item.
You better stuff everything in the first 2 seats. Oh, my God. Okay, sorry.
That's where you stretch out at.
I'm very exhausted. Delirium is preceding me.
White Walker perpetuated offenses are considered especially heinous. In Westeros, 4 dedicated friends investigate and discuss these vicious episodes as members of an elite squad known as A Podcast Has No Name.
Yeah. I'm Afro.
I'm Ambush. What the hell is going on? I'm Castro.
More. And we are A Podcast Has No Name.
Bam.
Wow. Bam. Okay.
No.
No name.
No, don't do the meth version.
A podcast has. A podcast has. Game of Thrones.
No.
Wow.
What was that? That sad scat of a theme song.
Yours back, and I'm here for it.
Of course you are.
Bloody hell.
Oh,
I should have taught you how to be a man.
oh, God. So this is season 1, episode 7. You win or you die.
No losing. Losing is not an option.
No.
Losing is dying.
No.
Or you play fair and they rip up all your papers. Like, what the hell is this?
Or you play yeah, that's exactly what happened. Yeah.
That was so disrespectful. Oh, God.
Like, that whole arc died with rip. That whole thing.
Rip.
Every last thing. Everything he stated, everything he stood for, everything his legacy, rip.
Gone.
Right on the floor. I did not. I was like, wait a second. I don't care. I know I'm jumping in. I was like, wait a second. This is how they do things now. It is.
In front of everyone, too. It wasn't even a secret.
Kill him all. Like, it was really chaos, and I did not know. I did not remember it going down like that. It just, it sat in a pocket of memory for me. And as I'm watching it, I'm like, oh, shit. Okay. Today's episode in the Game of Thrones, you win or you die?
Yeah.
You play or you die.
You win or you
die.
You
win or you die.
You win or you die. Game of Thrones.
Man.
Half is still stunned. Hey, Afro.
Hey, guys. Just getting to these notes. Thanks, Sam.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
All right, so we open up with the Lannister tent. This all burgundy everything. And this is our first time seeing Tywin. And Jamie is reading the message from the Raven with the exact words of Ned. So whoever wrote that Raven message captured his entire essence because it was perfect. Kind of like exactly where we left off with Ned. And Tywin is skinning an animal. Is it an elk? Is that what it is?
It looks like an elk or a deer, yeah.
It's a
stag, right.
It's actually
that shit was a dinosaur.
So
it was humongous.
Yeah.
It was a stag.
So yeah, the message is pretty much like, the blah 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 fortnight or be branded an enemy of the crown. And as Jamie is finishing up reading that message, Tywin is like, "You stupid nigga, attacking him was stupid. You stupid. You always do dumb shit." And Jamie is like, "Yeah, but he stole my brother, And he's like, "Why he still alive though? Why he still alive? Why he still alive?" Jamie keeps hitting him with answers. 'Cause it wouldn't have been noble to kill him that way. Why he's still alive? 'Cause he the king's hand, and I would have had to talk to Robert about it, and Robert on vacation. I mean, he didn't say all that, but he's definitely coming with the like, why he's still alive though? But why he's still alive though?
Right.
And Tywin's like, your problem is you fucking worry too much about what other people think of you, and Jamie's like, I could care less what other people think of me. Like, I fucking can't stand other people. And Tywin's like, that's exactly what you want people to think. But I'm your daddy, and so I know. King Slayer. And so,
yeah.
Yeah, so he's hitting him with all of that. And then basically Tywin is like, something like lions shouldn't care about the opinions of a sheep or some shit like that.
Yeah. That's exactly what it is.
Animals.
That's exactly.
We was waiting for them cows.
More animals.
Waiting for them
I was
cows.
like, and then the cow jumps over the moon.
Back over the roof.
And baby goats don't like fur, okay?
Right, the baby wolf. There's so many animals.
They
we
make
can do a whole podcast has many animals. There's so many animals.
Yo, you mentioned one animal. Afro
we go right back.
Off, man. Right back.
All of us. We go right out of a cat and pig.
They keep taking me right back.
The cat in the hat, green eggs and ham. You know?
Did this all start? This started back on the last season, but it definitely got triggered when Tyrion was in the dog kennel. Shut up, you cat! Shut up!
What I say? How I say it? Yeah. So anyway, Tywin is like, look, here's what I'm gonna do for you. I'm gonna give you half my forces, and you gonna go get your brother back. And then Jaime's old sarcastic ass, oh, I didn't know you valued my brother that much, blah, blah. And Tywin's like, look, he's one of us. He may be the lowest of us, but he is certainly one of us. And, you know, if we don't get him, you know, we're going to look crazy out in these streets. And Jaime, again, with his sarcastic ass, is like, oh, I thought we didn't care what other people thought of us. And he's like, about the opinions of others. And he's like, nigga, this is not an opinion. It is a fucking fact. If we look weak out here, okay?
Sorry.
Real talk.
Yeah. He's like, yo, people just think that they could just go capturing one of our family members and demanding what they want, then how are we supposed to be feared? And Jaime's like, oh, yeah, I guess you got a point, you know.
Oh, you
like,
ain't feeling
right.
And I hope I'm not jumping you, Ab. Doesn't he say something like, aren't you going to say something clever? Go on.
Yeah, pretty much. Aren't you going to say something clever? And so, yeah, Tywin's like, look, I'm not going to be here forever. You're not going to be here forever. Your mom's dead. You know, we're all going to die. But the only thing that's going to keep living on is our fucking family name. And our families is what matters. So I'm going to need you to get it together. You have been blessed with a lot of things, including your youth and your fucking swordsmanship. And you've wasted all your time being a fucking glorified bodyguard. Now, this is the point at which
take your rightful place.
This is awesome, but Tywin, you nasty, because he's just been butchering this fucking stag, and he wipes his hand with a dirty rag, and proceeds to go over to Jaime, and this is the only affection I've ever seen him give to any of his children. He puts his hand right on Jaime's face, and he's like, take this fucking stag juice, nigga, take it. Now listen to me. Listen to me carefully.
Like lotion.
I'm going to need you to be the man you meant to be, not tomorrow, not next year, but right now, nigga. All right? You smell this stag? You smell it? All right, get on. I got more fucking skinning to do.
Did you say you see this stag juice? Here's this. Is that what you said? That's what I read. I want the transcript reread. Take this stag juice. That is the title of the episode, Aaron.
Take this stag juice.
The whole time he's skinning the stag, I'm like, this is going to taste delicious. This is going to be great. Ooh. Grill that up.
What is wrong with you?
There's
the
so
whole
much
time. We're going to tell you the whole time. I'm like, it's going to be so tender. Fresh kill.
There's so much wrong.
Yeah. I'm sorry, guys.
I can't believe this is really happening.
I do hear your Which part are you agreeing with here?
She wants to retract her. She wants to take it back. I would like to retract that from the record, y'all.
I would like to remove the third. Strike that and make it a second.
I can't recall. I did not
Your
recall.
Honor. Thank you. Can you read that back? You know the transponders, they always look over their glasses. She said,
they sure do.
And the last one is Would you like me to read that again? Yes, first two is third is
Exactly.
We're going to strike the third one from the record.
There we go.
Goodness. Fine, I'm alone. I'm alone in that. It's quite all right.
I mean, you set yourself up so much. It's so great.
Right.
You
know, it's just a thing that I consciously or unconsciously do.
We are so defensive. We are. A little bit. Like, look, I'm trying my best there. Okay.
Oh God.
You know. All right. Good. All right. All right. Back to the grill again. Sorry.
Yeah. So that was the opening. Morgan died at some point. Yeah, and then next, it's Cersei and Ned in the garden.
So Ned has Cersei summoned to the garden, and he's like, I know everything. All of it. And I'm not going to wait for you to interrupt me. I know the truth that Jon Arryn died for. And my son saw you with him, didn't he? With your brother. And she was like, shit, cat's out of the bag. Cersei doesn't ever look like she gives a shit that you just exposed her entire life.
No.
She looked so unbothered that entire time that he's like, every single raven right here for you, madam. You are the worst. And she's like, true. Like, she doesn't even try at
there's
all.
a little, to me it seems like there's some preparedness. Like, she's been practicing this speech. Like, she went right into the Targaryen history. Like, it seems like there's some preparedness to respond to somebody that actually, and, you know, and they're in seclusion, but she, you know, maybe this is her first time speaking truth, talking about Jaime. Like, when she, you know, seasons later, when she's being honest with Septon Unella before she's torturing her, I think there's these moments with Cersei where she's like, okay, let me just be straight up honest right now. While we're all, like, I can't believe she's saying this stuff. She probably been wanting to. Some of it does sound like rehearsed, like she's in the mirror saying, well, what would I say to people? And also, she knew she had the upper hand in this situation. Like, that's what the thing.
I think that's what it boils down to. It boils down to
hasn't she been kind of
the upper hand.
Hasn't she been kind of losing? The upper hand definitely more. Hasn't she been kind of losing, like the way she has to interject when Robert talks, how he smacks her and stuff? And this is her come on to. And she's kind of been waiting for this. There you go.
Yeah,
years is a long time.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, I think Cersei's always prepared to talk shit, one. And two, I think anytime you are in the midst of doing some fuck shit, you have already come up with explanations for, like, ways to justify it for yourself. You're not even, like, necessarily for the
not
world.
for someone else.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But, like, you know, when you fucking steal
definitely
supplies, you'd be like, these motherfuckers owe me way more than my paycheck that I get every 2 weeks, right? Like, this
right.
They lucky, that's all I took.
They lucky,
that's
all I took.
They lucky, that's all I took.
Yeah.
I feel like she had that side already. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right, because she has certainly convinced herself, well, the Targaryens have only done this for a year. Like,
exactly.
She definitely has been telling herself that. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's been telling herself that for so long.
And
that should make you not want to do that.
Well, that
Right.
makes her distance herself from thinking they're regular brother and sister. Like, you know, when she comes to the Targaryen
Right, and
intro,
I think that's a backfire.
No, most definitely. But not only did the Targaryens do this, but we are twins, so we were actually born to do this, whatever this is.
Right.
In her head, yeah.
It is.
Right.
It is the it. That's what they're born to do.
Yeah.
It.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, Ned gives her all of it. Those aren't even Robert's kids, right? Like those are definitely Jaime's, and she's like, "Yeah, you got me."
She literally said, "Thank God, thank the gods." She said that.
Yeah, she did. She said, "Thank the gods." Yes, she absolutely did. Ned's like, "You gotta go, dude. I'm gonna go tell. I'm gonna get word to Robert. I'm gonna fucking get word to Robert, and you gotta be all the fucking way gone by the time he gets back, because you will never, ever, ever end his wrath. So leave now." And that's me being nice to you. And she's like, okay. You fucked up a long time ago. You should have stole the crown a long time ago. I don't know what you think you're doing today, but it's not playing the Game of Thrones. That's for sure. You're about to die. I don't really care what's going on here. Robert will never know that those aren't his children.
Wasn't there an awareness that she knew? Wasn't there an awareness she knew all of these moves bound to come?
Yes, I think at that point, I think I understood there's a bigger thing at play with her. You know, like, because she was like,
okay. Right, not phased.
She never at any point was like, you know, shaking that Robert might find out. Like, Ned saying those words out loud did not move her. And she knows that Ned is the person he listens to.
Isn't there a moment, and I got you, isn't there a moment, though, where you feel a release from her? Like, oh, God, I can unburden this. Like, the way she was just so waterfall of the mouth, it seemed like, oh, good, I can talk to somebody. So, look, your man ain't shit. When he's drunk, he's spoiled. You know, I'm not going to spoil it, but, yeah, it seems like it's just, okay, fine, here we go. Let's go. You know, oh, God, thank God I can talk to somebody about it, even in spite. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah. It was like that moment was funny because here we are as the viewers first time watching it, and we're like, yeah, you know, the tide is changing. Ned is out here. He making these moves. On the rewatch, it's like Ned is 3 classes behind everyone. He's just behind everybody. From the beginning of this show, we watched everyone be in some part of some layer of their own scheme that they're putting in place. So here it is. Yeah. You found out some shit that everybody already knew, but you couldn't really put your right. But you couldn't put your finger on it until you saw it written down, and then you read it and was like, "Oh shit." So now you're like, hey, girl, you got to leave. And she's like, okay, sure, great. Because she's had this plan, like everyone, you know, was already said. She's had this plan already. She had the plan because she killed Robert. You can't surprise her. Now that the king is dead, I'm the hand. Oh, no shit. Is that what Robert was going to do? Oh, I had no idea. Oh, I guess I have to leave.
You mean John Aaron?
You mean John Aaron?
No, I mean her killing Robert with the, wait, that didn't happen yet? Did I jump ahead in the episode?
It certainly didn't.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Robert is definitely alive.
Robert's still alive.
Right now.
Okay.
Robert is absolutely, we don't even know yet where he's hunting.
Well, then yes. John Aaron. But either way, like, she's already had her plans in motion, period. She knows what she's here to do, period. And, you know, for Ned to be so late to the party and think he's calling shots, and I mean, it sounds good. It sounds great. You got to leave to escape Robert's wrath. And she's just like, okay, yeah.
She's like, his wrath?
Yeah.
His wrath? You know he gets drunk and can't even fuck, right? You know that?
Right.
Like,
He
she's
definitely
not,
is.
none of that phased him. Her.
That was
None of that phased
that
him.
that was a big inference about the drunk and not fucking. Just in case you were wondering at all.
Right. Oh, so after that, go ahead. Did you have something else?
No. Go for it.
Oh, okay. So after that, we cut to the brothel, and
Oh.
yeah.
Go on. Sorry.
Roz she's a Roz. She's getting the cracking. So was that Shay? Roz is on deck. They called Roz to the stage. Now, was that Shay? That was Shay that was with her?
No, that was
looked
just
like
some,
her. That wasn't?
No,
No, that's just a random browner girl.
I just keep inputting Shay. I don't know why. I just keep putting her in there.
Yeah, you're ready.
Okay.
You're just waiting for her.
Yeah, that betrayal is ridiculous.
Season 4 or 5, though. 4.
Ah.
Castro,
Okay.
you sound kind of far away.
I had to put the speakerphone on. I'm charging my headphones.
Oh, okay.
All right. So, Roz is getting some head. And Littlefinger is sitting there watching and coaching, and you know, obviously, you know, she's used to what the Northerners need as far as having their ego stroked a certain way. So she's being all loud, ridiculous, and Littlefinger's like, no, you're doing it wrong. You're doing it wrong. God, what is wrong with you people? Switch positions. You be the guy, she be the girl. Jeez. And then Roz, she's always good for running her mouth and getting to people's business. She starts interviewing them, basically. And the whole scene is just kind of weird. Because here it is, you got Littlefinger coaching them, and he's starting to talk about Kat and, you know, how he's always loved her, and Ned's older brother was who she was promised to, and they got into it. And I wish I knew his name, because the old boy leaves Littlefinger with the scar, and then he ends up dying, and then Kat marries Ned. He has been chasing after Kat since it was appropriate. It became inappropriate. He never stopped chasing her. It became, you know, she's grieving over the death of her betrothed. He's still chasing after her, double inappropriate. Then she gets with Ned, and he's still pining after this one. The layers of creep and slime on this dude, it's so different than in the season 7. It's almost a more refined slime in season 7. Here it's still kind of, you know, he's all wily and, you know. Yeah, I'm good with anything, any scene with Littlefinger. I can automatically skip over it. I don't need it. I can fast forward. Let's get this guy out of here. I think this earlier I was still referring to him as the guy from The Wire. So that really sunk in.
Me too.
Carcetti.
Mayor Carcetti.
Carcetti. Yeah.
Carcetti.
Like
wait. Sorry, y'all. Can I go back for a second?
Yeah.
Previous scene. So when Ned was in the garden talking to Cersei, there was a moment where she admitted to him about the jealousy of his sister. When,
yeah.
He crawled on top of her and whispered Lyanna in his ear. And I always try to take notice of these moments in this rewatch to see if Ned is giving up anything. If they said, like, you know, look a little uneasy when your sister's brought up, the audience, us, will view it as, you know, it's just a sore subject talking about your sister. But now that we watch the entirety of the series, there's always these little things. I don't know if they put them in there on purpose, but it makes it seem like, you know, Ned has more truth than he's letting on. So by her complaining about this whole Lyanna thing, and Ned's kind of like, yeah, well, you know, she didn't really like him. Like, it's like this, you know, this, I swore to my sister I won't say anything, but my face can't lie. And so I always look for those.
Right.
I don't know how much that was in there. I doubt that they gave him that many advanced notes, but maybe they just told him, like, when your sister comes up, just swallow hard, kind of be uncomfortable. And now on the rewatch, we can see all these little things. Like I said, I don't know if it was a little foreshadowing or just really good acting, but every time she comes up in reference to Robert, he always looks like he's holding on to that secret. Like I can see it, but he just lets everybody go with whatever story they want to go with at that moment.
Interesting. I thought he kind of gave her a little bit of an empathy look, like he kind of was like,
that way.
Like, damn, that sucks.
Okay.
That sucks, because he was definitely like, you never loved him to begin with, and she was like, loved, like I worship him, and he was like, and that's where she was like, but he would crawl on top of me and call me by your sister's name, and he gave like a tiny smirk, and it was like, oh, okay, but you still gotta go, girl. You gotta get out of here.
Yeah.
So, but that's a really insightful. I never thought of it that way, but yeah, I thought it had more to do with him kind of like feeling bad for her. But it could be like, yeah, whatever story you want, whatever works for everybody.
Right.
Yeah.
I think he always plays all of those moments. I mean, we don't have many more coming up, because he's coming to a close. But I always try to just take note of that. Like when him and Robert are talking, anytime Lyanna comes up and they were in the crypt, he always does a little something. And I'm not sure if they gave him a little direction. Just make it seem a little uncomfortable, but a quiet discomfort.
Right.
That we'll just take as him mourning his sister and a sore subject he doesn't like talking about. But now we know, with all the extra context and the actual application of what happened at the Tower of Joy, there's a lot more there. So I just try to pay attention to those moments. Oh, yeah, sorry, I just wanted to bring that back up.
No, that was good because, even in that moment, I totally forgot about, her saying that. But when she said it, it was almost like, damn, yo, your husband really sucks, and he's a good part of the reason why you are who you are today. Like, on some real shit. You adored him? You adored him? So you may or may not have been fucking Jamie yet. Who knows? But you were looking forward to actually being with this man and being the queen, and he treated you like shit. He treated you like leftovers, because at no point were you ever the woman he wanted.
But what if
damn.
You know that phrase, he strikes an imposing figure? Like when she was describing him on their wedding day, and how everybody talks about Robert from back then, this big, striking man, war-ready.
Yeah.
Black
bearded.
Right, he probably was a gigantic symbol that came to fruition, because God knows what he was doing before he rebelled, but he had a reputation.
Right.
And, to marry that, and God knows, again, God knows, just as a phrase, y'all, that wedding night, she realized, who he was. Like, she climbed into bed drunk that night. And I don't think just because of the revelry, like, I think that was like, oh, God, this is what I married. And,
yeah, definitely.
Per se,
Yeah.
Same thing as, like, Sansa idolizing Joffrey and building up this big thing about him into realizing, immediately.
He ain't shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's rough. Okay, so then after that, we go into Theon. I don't know. What happened?
So you just talked about the brothel. Then we went backwards, but we didn't really talk about the brothel more. So I just wanted to bring up that Littlefinger went on and on and on about how friend-zoned he was, which was very uncomfortable. It was also the longest scene in the entire ever, okay? It was just like a lot going on.
A lot.
And he refers to Ned at some point in there as the more impressive specimen when he refers to...
he did!
Yeah. Because Roz is like, so, did she marry that dude? And she's like, no, actually, she married an even more impressive specimen, his brother. And I was like, oh, so this is like what you really feel about it. Also, somewhere in the middle of his monologue, he screams, play with her ass, and then keeps going on.
Yes,
he does. Yes. That does happen. This is correct.
That does occur.
Very accurate. That does occur.
And
it's very accurate.
He ends it by saying, like, all right, wash yourselves. Here's the schedule for tonight.
Don't be late.
Yeah, don't be late. wash her after.
Oh my God.
God dang it.
Those hands, don't forget to wash those hands.
As you go from station to station, wash your hands. Oh,
yeah.
goodness.
So, yeah. Then we get to Theon.
Mm-hmm.
So, what's her name? Is her name Asha?
Asha, yep.
Yeah,
Okay.
Asha. It is spelled that way with the O, but it is like Asha.
It was Asha.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I have no clue what the fuck Asha's doing. She's got some twigs. She's kneeled over in her normal weird crouching position.
Yo,
and
wait,
she's just
thank you. I didn't know what she was doing. I was like, is she gathering kindling? I didn't know exactly.
Yeah, like, bitch, what are you doing? Like, we need a subtitle down here to explain, like, what the fuck is going on in this scene. I just knew, Castro. I just knew you were going to know because you know all the random shit like this.
I was staring at it, thinking the same thing. What is she exactly doing with these twigs and sticks? What is happening? All right, let's go. That's what I thought. Yeah, I was just dumbfounded.
Okay, so anyway, she's fucking playing with tumbleweed and indoors, and Theon comes in, and he's like, he calls her aren't you a lucky little girl? And right there, he asks for trouble. He's like, yeah, you know, where I'm from, you would be dead and this and that. He just goes through some fucking long whatever would have happened to her and she's like, oh, where you're from and where is that exactly? And he's like, the Iron Islands, you know? And she's like, oh, like I don't know what the fuck that is. And he's like, you don't know the Iron Islands? And she's like, believe me, bruh, you don't know where I'm from either. And he's like, well, don't call me bruh. Call me Lord. Where I'm from, you refer to your betters with proper titles. And she's like, titles? Like, why? Why would I do that? And he's like, well, no, she's like, Lord, like, question mark, is that your title? And he's like, yeah. And she's like, why? And he's like, because my father is Lord such and such. And she's like, yeah, but that's your dad, so you're not a lord. And he's like, yeah, but, you know, and he's like going back and forth with her, explaining it. And then he's like, wait, are you coming at me? Are you coming at me?
Coming at me, bro?
It's one of those classics. It's like, if you stop everything and in the track, and you're like, you fucking with me, bro?
Yeah.
Fucking with me, bro?
Yeah. And so she's like, I mean, I'm just asking, you know what I'm saying? I don't know how y'all Southerners do it and shit, you know what I mean? And he's like, I'm Southerner, like, this is the North. And she's like, nigga, you south of the wall, so all this shit is south to me. And he's like, you're fucking impudent. And she's like, I don't even know what the fuck that means, so I guess I'll take your word for it. And so he's like, it means rude. And so he gets up on her, and then what's his name comes in? What's his name? The older guy.
Mr. Lewin?
Mr. Lewin.
Lewin, yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So Lewin's like, so what are you doing? You know, something, treat our guests the right way. And he's like, guest? I thought this was our prisoner. And once again, Master Lewin gets him with the, like, are the two mutually exclusive in your experience here, prisoner? And he's like, oh, shit.
Right.
Ooh. True.
Ooh.
So, again, I feel like I didn't notice all these things around in my first and second watch of season 1, but in this third one, I am really just seeing, like, everyone, Theon was just getting it on every fucking angle from every person, no matter where they rested in the hierarchy of this world. You know what I'm saying? From fucking Roz to Asha to Tyrion to even Master Lewin is just like, you know, nigga, like, never forget, like, you know.
Never forget.
Yeah. And Theon's the one who was just disillusioned all this time because he was treated so well, he completely forgot that, you know, he is, like, you know, part of a rebellion that failed. And, yeah, exactly. So it kind of brings to light, you know, what ends up happening later, which I won't jump ahead. But I always wondered, like, how could Theon do something like that to, you know, the Starks? But, again, we're seeing just another, like, shot at him of, like, nigga, you ain't who you think you are, and, you know, kind of bringing him back down. So that was interesting for me. And then Lewin and Asha start having a conversation, and, you know, Lewin's just like, yo, what brought you here? And she's like, I did not mean to stop here. I meant to keep on fucking going because I got to get out of here. And so we come in contact with, who is this, number 2 or number 3 of the Enlightened Ones? That's like, those things are out there, and I'm just trying to get to the farthest point south. And so Lewin's like, oh, like owls and shadow cats? And she's like, no, nigga, ain't nobody scared of no owls and shadow. Like, do you know who I am? Do you know where I'm from? Like, I also was not afraid of Theon because I've seen way worse than that, all right? Where I'm from, that nigga's a bitch-ass nigga, all right? So not afraid of no owls or shadow cats or Theons, all right? And those things that you say have been gone for thousands of years were not gone. They were asleep, and they ain't sleep no more. So
Right.
So get ready, bruh.
So get with it, yeah.
Yeah, she's Enlightened number 3, right?
Is she 3? Who's number 2 then?
I can't remember, but I feel like we found one.
Yeah, it was
like
it's the first
another.
dude. It's the first cat, the original Enlightened one. Then it was Nan. Wasn't Nan the second Enlightened one?
Yes.
Telling the
yes,
stories.
it was Nan.
Right.
Oh, okay.
And then it was Asha and her group were the Enlightened 3. And then the other, 4. And then 3
well,
of them
why
got
are
killed.
they 3 or 4? Because none of them talked about it. Only Asha talked about it, right?
But the fact that they were on the move, that's why I gave them the Enlightened title.
As a group
they were
to
like,
get away from it.
As a group to get the hell away from there. Yeah.
Okay, I got you.
Later on, we'll learn that Mance is the grand Enlightened one, Mance Raider.
Yes.
So
he's the Illuminati.
He's the Illuminati. Our listeners are like, what are they talking about? It's like, y'all gonna learn.
Don't worry about it.
So we go to the wall, and Sam is like, I miss girls. I miss girls so much.
God.
I mean, not like I ever did anything with one or like talked to one ever, because no, I didn't do that. But like, I just kind of miss seeing them, you know, like where they at.
At this point, I want to say that Am's conceit for Sam is well warranted. At this point,
well warranted.
You're definitely in the right so far. I can see now in the rewatch. I definitely can see. I can definitely see. I was all for Sam, but he's a big jolly ball of, either way. He's a big jolly ball of either way. Either you just hate this guy when he talks, like everybody at the wall, or you see the great potential that we all saw except for Am. But yes, you are justified.
I miss girls. I want how when you snowball fighting and then you get that it's somebody you really hate, so you get a little bit of ice on it. Yeah, that's the problem, right? Like you drip water. You put it. You put it. Yeah. You put it.
Yeah,
in
there's a
part
lot
of the curve
wrong
where
with
it's
that.
starting to melt. Yeah, you already know. Yo, I wanted to and not in the eye though, but right in between, right? Like your nose and your right there, where your top of your nose is, right there, boom, light it up. That's what I wanted. I miss girls.
Like on the bridge? Oh my God!
Right I only agree if Pycelle is right behind him, so when he falls right on his bitch ass. We can get 2 for 1 here.
Okay, we can get a 2 for. No, we can get a 2 for.
With that scenario.
And Miss Girl, you know where you at?
Sorry, y'all.
You at the wall. Okay, so I'm sorry, Morgan. Back.
Sorry, what?
So Sam misses girls. And then there's a horse coming, or they see it in the distance, and Sam's like, we got to blow the horn. Let's go blow the horn. This is going to be like the highlight of our day. Come on. This is huge. We have a visitor. It was so funny to me. Anyway, John's watching, and he's like, oh, shit, there's no person on that. That's a riderless horse. I think that might be a horse I recognize. They all run downstairs, which I still think takes like 4 years to get down that elevator. I don't at all understand how that was supposed to just like, oh, there's a horse here. Let's run down from the very top to the very bottom and let that horse in. But they do, and they let the horse in, and it's Uncle Benjamin's horse without an Uncle Benjamin on it. Am, do you need a moment?
So I'll watch.
Or should I continue on? Oh, okay.
No, I'm good. I'm good. Thank you for the consideration, though.
Okay. Well, so there's no Uncle Benjamin. 7 hells. There's no Uncle Benjamin, and our good friend John is just, this is not his best day. And he's like, where the fuck is my Uncle Benjamin? What's happening, guys? And he's the only person that looks like upset about it. Like everyone else is kind of like, cool, a horse. Like no one's like, where's no one's
got a horse
like, where
back,
the fuck
guys.
is the rider? Like nobody is concerned except for John. Cool. So John's got the face, why is this happening to me face going. That is pretty much his face all episode. So Benjamin's missing at this moment. And then we get to Renly.
Okay, so then we go back to King's Landing. Ned is limping around everywhere. I don't know why. Mitchell, I just thought that was funny. He's limping. It takes him longer to get places. Renly runs up. He's bloody as hell. And he's stammering at Ned, hunting Robert. He has a lot of blood on him, so it just can't be good. So it seems like Ned takes a moment and then goes to see what happens. And as he's there, he's talking, as Ned is making his way to him, Robert's talking to Joffrey. Very regretful. I wish I spent more time with you. I wish I taught you how to be a better man. And Joffrey's looking fucked up. And I remember, because he looks really fucked up. I remember this is the moment when I realized, oh, shit, this is your father. Like, you're not putting this is his son, or you think you know, and then, these whispers about it not being, but this is actually the moment where it was like illustrated, oh, shit, this is his son. Because they never had no real scenes together, and he's lamenting not being there for him, I think he's lamenting, to me, and I'm just reading into it, but I think he's lamenting, damn, I wish I spent more time with you so there could be more Baratheon in you than this Lannister. Because, again, he's always kind of struggling with that. He would make a lot of jokes about it, but I think it's very evident in his son that he wishes that he had imbued more Baratheon into him instead of this Lannister influence from his mother and his uncle and his steward is a lot. He's like, this Lannister's everywhere. He definitely wants his son to be a Baratheon. Ned comes in. It's a horrible scene. There is a little moment. It's not necessarily in the notes, but we all noticed it when Cersei's trying to say something to him. Like she starts saying something. I don't know if she wants to have a moment with him or whatever, but he ushers everybody out, and she's like, does she say Robert or? She starts saying something like she wants to talk to him, but then she's ushered out with everybody else, and then it's just Robert and Ned. Now here's where
she had that look of, that was the one time she had the look of fear in her eyes.
She did.
When Ned came in the room.
When Ned came
she
in
was
the room, she looked.
You think he was gonna?
Oh, yeah.
She felt like he was gonna tell her, or just he's dying. I need to talk to my husband first. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Like, I need these dying.
No, she was like Ned about to drop bombs. Yeah.
She looked at him like, you about to tell Dad?
Yep. Yeah.
Oh, thank you. I thought it was just when somebody's dying, you want you're the wife, you want that moment to make sure everything's in order. I think that's what I thought. Like, those last words should have been hers. But anyway, okay.
That look at her face
wrong.
was clear. It was like, woo.
So she was shook. Cersei was shook, and she tried to get a word in edgewise. But I think everybody in the room knew as soon as Ned got there, he was going to clear the room. I just felt that. But this is I also wanted to say, this is the domino of mistakes. This is the first one. If he kept Cersei in the room, even as you're my wife, you're going to be witness to this, she would have been landlocked to that letter, as opposed to disposing of it later. Y'all get what I'm saying? If he had kept,
I get what you're saying. I don't necessarily agree. I mean, she just...
Yeah. She tore it up in front of everyone. She tore it in front of everybody.
She's heard.
She read it.
But you don't think she would have been a little bit more twisted into the situation if she was present for the letter as well?
I think if
maybe
everybody was present, maybe. Like, if all the people that were in the room, that were originally in the room, stayed in there, then maybe she would have. So
I do want to stick with that, the domino of sending everybody out to have this moment with Ned. He should have brought everybody back in for that letter.
Yeah, for that letter, for the writing of the letter, for sure.
Did anybody
think that if it was just Cersei, she still wouldn't have cared?
Nah.
But right now I'm a viewer, so I'm a slave to their rules. So I thought that this letter had power to it. I'm not gonna lie. I know I'm.
Oh yeah, sure.
But I thought when they had the letter, he signed it, they sealed it. I thought, okay, this is real. This is not just Ned writing on big ass parchment. But it really had no power. Like, all the power got sucked out that room the moment Ned pulled back the sheets and saw that wound. That's when all the power was gone, and Cersei's mind was already racing because she's ahead of everybody there. She was already Tywin in this situation right from that moment. Because, again, this is a long-term plan. She always probably instructed Lancel, keep plying him with liquor. But this doesn't necessarily mean this hunting expedition it would have happened. But definitely she planned for it to be this type of accident. She knew, again, she knows pride comes before. And pride comes before the fall, so she knew he would be so proud. Like Barristan even explains, we tried, that's coming up, but but she knew that he would be drunk and also prideful to put himself in harm's way. Right. So they write the letter. The letter is declaring that he wants Ned to be Lord Regent, to hold it down until Joffrey becomes of age. So that's also him admitting that he doesn't think Joffrey's of age to lead just yet, even though we've had very young kings in this realm. He wants somebody to hold it down until Joffrey grows up a bit. And he actually is pleading with him to take care of his son. He knows that he's asleep at the wheel. I think that's what he's admitting. He's like, I didn't really lead this boy. And especially the way they got stewarded in by Lord Aaron. He knows about, his father probably was probably absent, you know what I'm saying? Because hence them going to Lord Aaron and stewarding him for him. So he was very regretful in that moment of what he had molded his son to be. He kind of wanted Ned to hold down the realm in the kingdoms, but also help my son Ned. I think that was a big part of the message. And
he says make him better than me, because I ain't shit.
And also, just thinking about to legacy, like we do start this episode with Tywin talking about legacy, and now you're looking at Robert going back over his legacy and all the regrets. And obviously when you're in the deathbed, hindsight is super clear, 2020. But he seems like he's going through that. Like, I wish I did better. I wish I did this better. He doesn't mention any regrets with Cersei though. He doesn't say I wish I was a better husband. If y'all noticed that. But again, he was talking about King Robert killed by a pig. Like, that would be the tale that's sung in the ends and stuff. So that's not, I don't know whether that'll be King Robert the pig enemy. I don't know, but they'll make some little quip, and he didn't think it would be too flattering.
So I definitely had some shy glizzy moments during this scene where I'm like, there's gonna be some bad bitches at my funeral. They will know I got killed by a pig at my funeral. Okay? I want y'all niggas to feast on that pig at my funeral. Like, this is going down.
Yeah, he was.
Because he did say that. He said to Ned, I stabbed him right in the brain. I got him back, Ned. Like, you were like, that pig wasn't. That pig wasn't living past that day.
Sir Barrister looked like, all right, we didn't bring that nigga with us. Like, it took us a lot to get you back home. Like,
right. Like, you know the pig was supposed to die. You know, it was the pig that was supposed to die anyway, not you. So you don't really get props now for doing what we set out to do when you die. Okay, Rob, whatever.
Did anybody, was everybody still thinking it was a happy accident at this point? Did anybody assume foul play, or it just seemed like he was being...
Oh, no, I thought there was foul play, but I didn't know who it was.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I remember thinking that was shady, but I didn't know who was the person to blame. I just knew it wasn't Ned.
Gotcha.
Also, let's make mention that when he was dictating to Ned, when he said that my son, Joffrey.
Oh yes, I was getting to that.
Will take over when he turns 18. He was like, my heir.
Right, he wrote that.
What we're not going to do is put his name in here because no, he's full Lannister. Not doing that.
Do you think that helps Cersei later because her son's name wasn't in there? I'm just trying to look at foreshadowing, especially with this episode. We'll get to it.
I don't know. I can't say that if she saw Joffrey's name in there, she would have been like, see, you named him the king anyway, because it's still said when he turns 18. And the fact of the matter is, she just needed that out the way. So I don't think that would have changed anything.
Yeah, I mean, she took one look at that thing. It didn't matter what the fuck it said, and she moved on. She already had Joffrey chilling in the seat, and she was sitting beside him. So, like, her strategy was very clear. Like, I think you're right. She just needed Ned out of there. Now, if she wouldn't have had that conversation in the garden with Ned, maybe things would have been a little different.
Okay.
But she knew that Ned was coming for her.
Yeah, he showed his hand. But I mean, there's a lot of missteps in this episode from Ned. And there's a lot of moments where Ned could have had the upper hand, including last episode too. There were these moments and these decisions where his honor always proceeded. Like he would say, you're not an honor. He mentions honor about 8 times in this episode. And during those moments where he could have had the upper hand. So I don't know.
Ned out here
going to the garden, like, that talk in the garden, I think Ned, he's compelled to have those type of talks. There was no way he wasn't going to reveal that in him.
He out here playing checkers and everyone else is playing chess.
Right.
Like, Ned is not here, but he was outplayed the second he arrived, period.
Right. It's just so all of these moments, like, damn, Ned. I said that like 3 times this episode. Like, right there. You were right there. No? Oh, shit. Well, right here. Okay, here you go, right here. And you know what's going to happen. But you're just like, oh, my goodness. I went left instead of right. So, so we have that, and Robert turns it. Again, I really was like, I thought this piece of paper had a lot of power to it. That, the last rites, your last words, he's dying, he's writing it, he's sealing it. But little do we know. And then so after that happens, Ned goes out into the hallway, and everybody's out there waiting to see what's up, what's good.
Right. So he tells Pycelle, let's ease this man's suffering. Let's give him the milk of the poppy. And and Pycelle and Renly go in. And Sir Barristan, he's just, he's stressed. He's stressed. Looking like, look, this is my fault. It was my job to keep him safe. And Ned knew just as well as anybody else, Robert going to do Robert. Period. You can't, what did he say? You can't protect him you couldn't have protected him from himself. Period. This is the same dude who wanted to be jousting the week before. Like, he's drawn. What are you going to do? And then he walks off. So I think Sir Barristan walks back into the room, and then Varys comes up. And Varys just isn't it. He's just it's like they tried to show us 2 opposing sides of the sneakiness. And whereas Littlefinger is overbearing. Hey, you want to know something? Hey, you know what I got? I got information. Want me to give you information? Only if you want to know, though. Like, that's, and then you got Varys. He's like, these terribly, where he's supposed to be dropping breadcrumbs
he's dropping
It's
huge
matter of
loaves
fact
of bread.
Yeah,
Huge,
matter of fact.
Huge loaves, bread loaves instead of crumbs. Oh, he was drunk.
He says it so much.
Who is it that carries his wine? Oh, I wonder who that could. Like, come on. He's as bad as Pycelle. Oh,
right. Those are perfect.
You know who
right.
Well, do you know a eunuch? It's like, you know what?
That was the way he is. He's just like so unassuming. Well, you know, if anybody would have dare ask me, my opinion is so minor on this, but I would wonder if anybody would have asked me what I would think. You know, and he got his hands all tucked into his sleeves and stuff.
Right.
He's always offering these opinions that seem so enlightened, you know, inspired. Right. It's so funny.
How good of him to keep the king refreshed. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to correct you because that shit was beautifully said. Such a dutiful boy to make sure the king didn't lack refreshment. Like, okay, nigga.
There it is.
What did that mean?
We get it.
Okay.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
Perfectly placed. The king didn't lack refreshment.
Right. Didn't lack refreshment.
The only thing that was missing was like dun dun dun.
Right.
The camera. Yes. We watching daytime soaps. What is this? Days of Our Lives.
Murder, She Wrote.
Yeah.
We go right to commercial break on that. Keep the king refreshed.
Yeah.
Dun, dun.
Was it the
look in the
study?
In the back corner, there's a little dog whose eyes dart back and forth at the
right. Watching it all go down.
A little painting with the eyes cut out, and you see looking at the
eyes cut out. You know that means mystery. The cut out eyes. That means mystery all day.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Like, stop it.
Right? Stop it, Garrett.
Come on.
I wonder who put that horse there for him to ride. There was the horse?
Right.
Put shoes on horses.
Terrible. Oh my God. So then after that, we cut back to Khaleesi and Drogo talking about the different dirt. The different dirt.
Okay,
oh wait, I just want to bring up that at the end of that scene, Ned was like, "Yo, the king's had a change of heart about the Targaryen girl."
Oh yeah.
Unmake your arrangements. Unmake them. And what's his name is like, "Nah, dog, it's too late for all that."
Yeah.
Varys.
Those birds
I
are
thought Littlefinger was like, I thought that was Littlefinger. So you're right.
That was
those birds are flown, my lord.
Yeah, you're right.
And unfortunately, and look, doesn't he say like, unfortunately, she's probably already dead.
Yeah.
But he says it like he's concerned for her. Oh, she's probably already dead. Like, you're the worst Shakespearean actor ever, Varys. Stop it.
Not everyone can do it.
Not everyone can do it. He stepped right into his pin spotlighting. She's already dead.
Yes. With my bald head shining on the stage. Light one. Give me my solo. Oh, my goodness.
Like, come on. All right. Then we end up at Khaleesi and Drogo. And
okay, so one thing I noticed that I didn't. Right, what they're having a language moment. So she's trying to she's speaking so fluently. I wanted everybody to notice she's working on his braid at first, and what's noticeable is if you transfer it to her, again, this is all spoiler country. Once he's off the scene, Drogo. Then if you notice, Dany started work on her own braid, and she carries a braid all through the series. I did not notice that's the one thing, and that's a big thing she took from Drogo. So she's working on his braid, so that's just something for us to keep in mind as we review all the seasons to come. And she's talking about conquering the Seven Kingdoms.
Yep.
It's an unwinnable argument at this point. It's not even an argument. It's just like a husband and wife talking about something, but the husband has already made up his mind. So they're talking, and she's parrying with him. And, again, it's the language thing. She's trying to talk Dothraki and stuff like that and try to show her mastery of the language. He has to correct her a few times. Mainly, she keeps saying dirt, and she kind of means land. And also what I wanted y'all to notice is there's no word for throne in their language.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
There's no word for
Definitely.
throne. She eventually just has to say it because the translation is like, I don't want your chair, your big metal chair and all that stuff. But I like the, not that I like, but the scene ends with him saying, I'm done talking about this. You've done my braid. Thank you. And I'm out of here. Like, go play with the girls. I'm going back out to, rape and pillage with my boys. We're going to the bar. But, it was that moment.
I'm talking about this.
Yeah.
Ain't no horses
like
riding over no water.
I feel like
so
if
we're
we could
done.
all actually say that when we're done with the conversation, life would be so much better. Well, I'm done talking about this one. Let's move forward.
I'm finished. Man,
I'm done.
I'm good on this. Did you get everything out? You got everything? You good? Okay, let's go. Go ahead, Afro.
Afro?
I have all the questions and comments. First of all, he calls the water poison. So that's another reminder for us that they really don't just not fuck with the water, but they're like, that shit is poisonous, and we stay away from it. Also, he mentions a wooden horse. Is he talking about dragons? He's like, I'm done with these wooden horses and iron chairs, so.
Boats. He's talking about the boats.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, got you.
Yeah.
Why is that a horse? Because it's mobile, like transportation?
Yeah. Right.
Mm-hmm. And think about everything they say translates to horse for them. Everything breaks down.
A type of horse.
Yeah. Some horse. Jorah, you can have a horse, and my son will mount the horse that mounts the world. Everything got a horse in it.
Mm-hmm.
Everything's a horse and mounting it, for sure.
Okay.
Here goes another animal. Back with the kid that jumped over the moon.
So I think that this is the first time we see that she's actually interested in the throne as well, because before her brother passed away, he was the one who just always talked about it, and she was just kind of like giving him side eyes and like, trying to protect herself and keep things chill. But this is the first time we see that she also cares about the throne. And she makes mention that, like, it's like it's a chair for a king or a queen.
Holler back.
And he's like, I don't fucking care. But I think that is, like, another part of the significance, Castro, like you talking about the braiding of the hair, but also, like, that she is, like, putting out that, like, she's, like, just because my brother's dead does not mean that this is off the table. So
yeah, good point.
This
Great
needs
point.
to happen. So yeah, that's all.
Great point. But this scene also sets the stage for what happens later in his mind being adjusted to this idea. I don't want to talk about it no more. But again, also you get to see, like, they don't fuck with this water. Like, they mean it.
Yeah.
It's not like some superstition or some little thing that Nan is telling them at their bedside. They don't fuck with it. And also, in their mind's eye, Essos, this is our land. We don't really need to worry about the other land. She reminds them, there are lands past the sea. That's not true. I come from one of those lands. Stop playing yourself. I know they want this argument. Because, it seems like one of those conversations. No, stop it.
She was like, are you dumb?
Right, you're being silly. But again, all right, but he ends up by walking off. I think that's significant because I think that makes her think, all right, I got to kind of rethink my strategy. And this is, like Av is pointing out, this is something I want. So I got to kind of rethink how I'm coming out. She even mentions it to Jorah a little later. In
the market.
Yes, and that's where... Oh, not just yet. Yeah, but that's where we're at. So after that scene, we go to the So is this market independent of them? They're kind of just visiting it as a Khalasar? They're coming on it as they're moving? I mean, that's what it seems
like to me, because those people didn't look like them, right? Like the renders?
Right. At first I was confused. I was wondering if it was like a crafters type place where there's another little another little side section of Dothraki.
It looked like
yes, it
looked like it was in their city, but that's just where merchants come from different places to to sell to them.
Okay, so
because when you look
set up shop,
as they were
that's where they
right, because as they were walking through the market, it was all Dothraki people shopping. So it gave me the impression that this was still within the city, but this is just outside merchants coming in because they don't produce shit there. What are they gonna do?
Right. Okay.
They already make us horse jerky.
So we get to Khaleesi and Jorah talking in the market.
So Khaleesi and Jorah we see them entering the market, and he's kind of explaining. She mentions to him about wanting to make a move. Like, are we gonna get somewhere? What are we gonna do? And he's like, hey man, they do their thing on their own time, but it's got to be their decision. That's for sure. This can't be you, like, we're going to go do it. No, they do it all on their own time. So you got to chill and let that happen, and everything will be fine. It's all going to work out. Like, Jorah's like, also, I got to go right now, got to go. he plays her off. Like, I got this thing with a friend and the thing, and she's like, well, I'll come with you. And he's like, no. You definitely
I'm going to see a man about a dog.
Yeah,
I got to go see a man about a dog. And maybe
I learned that term that phrase from you.
Oh, you did? Yeah.
No way.
Years ago. Like, you've been saying that shit forever.
I got
My mom used to say, I'll be like, where you, so when you, if anybody was an only child, and I do have a brother, but I grew up with my mom. You're always asking, so you're always asking, where are you going? Because they're leaving you somewhere. And my mom used to always say, I'm going to.
Not just only children, but go on.
Okay, sorry, but I was just painting my scenario. So in my scenario, I'm always as a kid, you're always asking, where the hell your parents are going? It's a whole big brand new world out there mainly in your apartment or house or where you grew up. And she's always saying, I'm going to see a man about a dog. And it would make me stop asking her because in my mind, she's getting me a dog. She never got the damn dog.
Oh, no.
Right? Because at first, when I was really, really young, it was, I'm going to see a man about a horse. And I didn't even know what that meant. And then she changed it. Right. And that's the classic line. And then she changed it, I'm going to see a man about a dog. And I thought I was getting some damn dog. Now, mind you, my mom did get me a dog when I was 8. But this is like before all of that, and even a little bit after she got me the damn dog. She still would say, I'm going to see a man about a dog.
I probably met you when I was like 26, and we would be out, and you would be like, all right, y'all, I'm going to see a man about a dog. And probably like the 5th time, I was like, guys, like, Castro didn't bring me a dog yet. I thought he was I mean, we're not that close, but I did. And so finally one day he turns to him like, Castro, like, what the fuck? What does that even mean? Like, what is this about? He's like, Afro, I'm going to smoke. I'll be right back. Oh,
that sounds
okay.
Just like,
You should have just said that, because I would have maybe came with
accurate.
you.
We could have seen the same man about the same dog.
No.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, my God.
We could have gave each other that hard, long wink. I'm going to see a man about a dog.
Yes.
Wink, wink. You see this wink that everybody else can see? It's so telegraphed and exaggerated. The dog, the dog that I'm going to see.
You know the dog we talked about?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
What a missed opportunity there.
All right.
That's funny.
Welcome to our world, listeners. Y'all know that we have history. We didn't just pick up this podcast thing yesterday. So.
Yeah, pretty much. So anyway, Jorah's like, I'm going to my P.O. box, and I need you to back off.
Right. And I need to be the only one who goes.
Yeah.
Right.
Back off. So he gets her to stay, and he walks away. And there's a little bird that's like, I don't even remember, because he didn't call him Jorah, did he?
He just Jorah the Handle.
Yeah.
Jorah the Handle.
Yo, excuse me, is this little boy not, like, thorough as fuck? Is he not, like, The most thorough
Oh, no,
kid.
for sure. For
he
sure,
was thorough.
definitely.
Super thorough.
He's like, hey, yo.
Right.
gives him the thing and is like, the spider, oh, shit. What did he say? It was an actual, like a quote. Like the spider says you can go home now.
Oh, it's like a spider greets you and sends congratulations.
Yes, congratulations.
He
congratulated him. And
yeah,
that shows Gerard. It's, you did well. It's already done. You did well.
Right.
Yeah.
So he's got his royal pardon, and he's good to go. Like that, the small council put together again. The Lord of Little Matters.
Yeah.
Right.
And then the Khaleesi is offered some wine.
Immediately and exaggerated, this wine gets offered. This guy's hollering all up and down the street. I feel like if she just passed it, like if she didn't have any interest, he would have ran 20 feet ahead and started screaming down there. He was determined to get attention to the wine.
Yeah.
He was very drunk.
He was all the way drunk. And she's like, yeah, maybe I'd like to try a little bit. We'll see what's up. And I forget what he says to her, but her homegirl is like, this is Khaleesi, mother. Like, this is the beginning of the name, so this was
right.
Mother Dragons. This is
I think he was addressing her more as a commoner, and I think I can't remember. And she was like, "Oh, do you know who you're speaking to?" Type thing. Well, you don't know who you're talking to. This is the Khaleesi, and we know he did know exactly who he was talking to.
Right.
But he feigned ignorance. Yes.
So she's like, yeah, I would like to try this wine. And he's like, oh, you are Khaleesi. I actually have a dry wine from Dorne where they poison mad niggas just for you. It's like all they do is poison people there. That's all they do.
Just for look, she said, just for you, right here.
Just for you. Something special, just for you. From Dorne.
Oh my
wink.
God.
Yo.
Deep wink.
Mad niggas.
Wink.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And so he's like, something like, many in the homeland pray for your return or something like that.
Yes, and they sing and kiss your feet.
Yeah, exactly. Distraction, and then drops a cask, like, in front of her, which homeboy, what's his name? The Dothraki
we said his name. We said his name once or twice. I can't remember, but I'll look that up.
Right.
But anyway, he picks up the cask, and they're talking a little more, or whatever. And so by this time, Jorah comes over, and he's like, so put that cask down. And what's her name? Khaleesi looks at him like, what's up? And he's like, I got a thirst.
Yeah.
And so the merchant just like, he do a little eye roll, like, oh, all right.
Yeah, because he's starting to shake. He's starting to want,
And
like,
so,
come on,
the plan was for her to take it. And maybe try it later.
Yeah, so the intention was that she would take it home and not think two things about it, and it was probably going to be a free cask of wine, and nobody would know how she fucking died. But Jorah was like, no, Poppy, not today. So,
dirty face Poppy.
Yep.
Dirty face Poppy. Oh wait, I would like to say
so dirty.
Side note. This is a side note, okay? So my girl has so I live in Philly, listeners, and Philly has certain stores, bodegas, and Chinese food stores. They really look war torn. But we go in there and shop anyway. I know it. It looked like a war happened inside the store.
He said shop.
My girl.
He did. That's exactly what he said.
And,
like he got a grocery cart and he's just like.
Yes.
Yo.
So my girl has an aversion to these places. Like she will not eat out of these places. So like it's funny to me. When we saw this merchant, and that's just my own thoughts. I was like, oh no, my girl will not shop for this guy. He's dirty. He doesn't have any. There's no running water around him. She knows she won't go to those little trucks.
No.
She won't. If she sees a truck and she looks inside, it don't look like where's the sink at? The fake sink. There's not one. Don't give me no food from there. And so I just thought that she wouldn't even need Jorah to handle because she'd be like, oh, I'm not touching this dirty cat. Look at this guy. Like it's just he's dirty from head to toe, y'all. He's dirty
from
from
head
top
to toe.
all the way down. Yeah. Just wanted to say that.
Yeah, so Jorah's like, I want to taste, and Bull is like, it would be a crime to drink this wine without letting it breathe, even just a little, like, come on. And he's like, pour it.
Do it now.
So he does pour it. And so then the merchant tries to get his shit back together and just be like, okay, yeah. It smells good, right? Yeah, like, taste it. He's got the crazy eye popping off. Go ahead, taste it. And Jorah looks like he's about to do it, and Jorah's like, Dorn, you go first.
Like he thought the whole thing through. That's where they be poisoning niggas at. You go first.
You go first.
No, I know who you are.
Exactly.
Little dirty man, you drink first. They're dirty boy.
Yep, exactly. So he's like, you go first. And the merchant's like, me? Oh, no, stop. Like, first of all, I'm not worthy. Second of all, Biggie said never get high on your own supply, and I could never do that. So,
What is wrong with you?
I'm not going to do that. I know the commandments.
I know the commandments. I mean the journey, but I know the commandments. Okay.
And so
I'm
Jorah's
actually
like,
dead. Oh my God.
So Jorah's like, drink it, nigga. And the merchant's like, I got warrants, and he's out.
Yes. I got warrants. Wait.
Yeah.
That's the first Chappelle reference. The second Chappelle reference is when he was playing the president. Remember he knocked the water?
Yeah.
And y'all know that
Aliens.
Back to water. He's aliens. He runs in the other direction.
Aliens.
Yep.
I got warrants.
Oh my God. I got warrants.
Yellow cake.
Yellow cake.
Oh shit.
Man, don't you drop that yellow cake.
Mort, that shit. Move over, Mort. I'm literally dead too. I'm laying.
So yeah, and then he's fucking off. He just breaks out, and old Dothraki, what you call him, is like, not today, nigga, and pulls out, as Morgan says, the rope of dope. Catches
hit him with the bolo.
And he goes down.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And
that
scene.
was
That shit was great.
good.
Oh my God.
I don't know how anyone could have anything to add to that, but you can if you want to. And if not, we're going to go to fucking Training Day, as Morgs calls it, at the wall.
It's Training Day. They graduate.
Wait. All right, wait, because this is more so in Philly than the other cities or whatever. But all right, so at the wall, they're graduating. So are there families back home dressing up the front porch or putting that white shit on their cars?
Oh my God, that is such a Philly thing. That happens nowhere else.
So y'all ain't other cities, right?
Really? Is that just a Philly thing?
It is legitimately only a Philly thing.
We traverse this United States, these states, and I'm speaking of that, because I know everybody here has that knowledge, and y'all ain't never seen that shit nowhere else, ever, anywhere. This whole
It's true. It's true.
Congratulations for high school.
No,
high school
nobody does none of that porch shit. That is really just some Philly shit.
No.
And I'm gonna tell you what's really some Philly shit is that camel that was walking the streets the other year.
Yeah. She went hard for prom. The Dubai
for prom.
For prom. Yeah, she went hard, man. She went hard in the paint. So they don't do the prom anywhere else.
Leave it alone.
They don't do the prom send-off anywhere else too?
Send-off? No, not this. All right, so the thing is, it depends because it's your ride. So my ride, I got ridden to my date's house and we left from there. And if you don't have the whole limo thing picking you up from a neighborhood, then it doesn't happen. If the limo's not going from house to house and there's no big block celebration, everybody comes out to the middle of the block and takes these pictures. No, most of the pictures are taken at the event. What the fuck are we taking a picture for in the street when you go into a hall and you're dressed up? I don't know.
Hold on. Can I just interject really quick to say that's exactly what we did?
Oh, you had a send-off?
No, not a send-off. We, legit got in the middle of my street and we took a picture, a bunch of pictures. Our parents took pictures of us. And by parents, I mean my mom and dad and Kiana's mom and Alyssa's mom. And that was it. And then we all got in our various cars. There were no limos. There were no
so it wasn't like a big limo send-up. The only time I've seen that is when it's
a send-off is not a thing. I've never heard of that until
Only when it's 3 or 4 dates sharing a limo and they're getting picked up. That's the only time I've seen it happen.
I think now they do it a little different. I think there's mad send-offs on the same block. You don't have to have a group. I think it's very specific to the individual family.
Yeah, they renting these kids foreigns and stuff. It's wild.
Right.
It's wild. Dude.
But what about why is the whole family showing up? Does the whole family go
because they can't go to the prom.
I don't think so.
They can't go to the prom.
Yeah, but that's the thing. It's just it's the fucking prom. This isn't actually graduation. Nobody in any of my extended family came to see me off to a dance.
Also,
it's a dance.
Yeah.
Also,
my grandma wasn't there. Finally, you made it. You know what I mean?
It's almost like a pre-marriage.
That's how everybody. And the other thing,
it's an engagement party.
I know
it's an engagement party. There it is.
We're way off the plantation here. But the funny thing is, in Philly, they go to 3 or 4 proms. It's not even this is the big send-off. When I was going out, the big
what?
So they have junior proms, senior proms, more pre-junior. Girls go to 3 proms when they're in high school now. It's not the one.
Some go to some will go to 2 or 3 in the same year though.
Yeah.
Some dudes will be going 2 and 3 proms same year.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're the dude that's going to 2 or 3 proms and you do it like that each prom?
Maybe, but the point is, it loses its big value it dilutes it from having 4 proms.
No, that's what I'm saying. What the fuck is that?
I don't know.
And who can afford it? There's just no way. Now I'm speaking
But look, in Philadelphia, there's a lot of black limo companies.
How the fuck can you afford that?
There's a lot of black limo companies in Philly, and I think there's a lot of black limo companies in Philly, and that's a big
limo companies.
Prom. No, seriously, prom time. That's and people overspend. Whatever.
For sure.
Anyway, y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in to a podcast that has no name. Good night.
We'd like to shout out our sponsor, Alibaba Limos.
Alibaba. Orange Avenue. Alibaba.
Yo.
Hit it right a nail on the head, yo. They got the stretch SUVs too, son. They got the stretch SUVs too. If you want to splash it out. Oh,
yeah.
If you want to splash it out.
If you want to splash it out.
Shit.
Oh, God.
Where are we even at? Okay, wall chaining day.
Chaining day.
Yeah, so we're chaining day. So our crows or our boys are becoming crows. I don't know how that works. They're graduating.
Crows to men.
Crows to men. Boys to something. I don't know.
Crows to men. It's so hard to say
To girls.
To the girls. The girls. I can't hit that note.
Oh, my God. So they're getting ready for their graduation. And I don't even remember now what Sam was talking about when it came to food. I just remember how visibly upset Am was while we were watching it. Like, it was, like, as soon as Sam mentioned food, oh, that's what it was. So they were talking about, like, what they wanted to get and what they didn't or whatever. And he was like, yeah, I want to be in the kitchen. And he was like, well, but you're just, like, up here all day. Like, you're not doing anything. He's like, yeah, but there's food. Or no, he says there's no honor in it. And he's like, yeah, but there's food. And
right,
was
there's
like,
no honor in it, but there's food.
But there's food. He was like, yeah, but it's warm and there's food. And Am was like,
I remember.
What
Sam was talking about being No, Sam was talking about being a steward. He was like, steward like me. Because John was thinking about being a ranger like he thought. And Sam was like, steward like for me. And there's no fighting, but there's plenty of food.
No honor.
So,
no honor. Yeah, there's food.
No honor, but there's food. And Am was so pissed. So I think it's interesting that they take the vow before they find out what they're going to be. Because isn't that how that works? Like, I think that's really unfair.
They didn't take the vow yet. They find out, and then they take the vow.
No, it was the other way around.
You're right. You're right.
Yeah, he gave him that position
I thought they...
No. Because remember, John had the option to leave.
Right.
John was like,
John
was like, can I go? He was on Matt. Can I go?
I'm sorry. I got confused. Anyway, so John's like, yeah, I want to go to the heart. Oh, they asked, does anybody want to go? John, you're not a Stark, but you were raised by them, bastard. Do you want to go to the heart tree to take your vow? And he's like, yeah, I want to do that. Sam's like, I want to go too. And Commander Mormont's like, don't be disrespectful. That's not your God. Don't try and just, like, go hang out. And he's like, nah, I've been praying to the same gods, and they ain't did shit for me. I'd like to see what happens if you talk to someone else. Because this shit, nothing else has worked in my life.
Definitely some Drake shit. Like, this 7 God shit ain't doing it for me, so.
Right. 6 guys,
This just ain't going to work. I'm going to try something else real quick.
Oh, man.
So Sam stands up for himself, and Am is pissed again because nothing Sam does is okay for ambush.
I don't think it's okay for Sam either. So I mean,
oh my God!
Wow.
I
just want to point out that even in the moments that he does well, even in the rewatch, you're just like,
but wait,
I'm sorry, you're reverting back. I'm sorry, guys, not to jump ahead, but has he done that yet? No. So cut me some slack. Okay.
Has
he done it? Has he done anything?
I see a young man trying.
I see a young man
trying to be a man.
Yeah, I see a young man trying not to miss girls.
That's exactly what I see.
He's trying not to miss girls and to be around food. That's what you're seeing. That's all you're seeing right now. That's all he's shown us.
I would like to say that Sam is actually one of the most normalized characters in the show. When I first met him, I thought this is a normal, because everybody's with the pomp and circumstance, but Sam is smart, but he's also regular, and everybody's acting, and I felt like Sam was just being genuine. No, not extra. I said genuine. Oh my God!
I thought you said extra regular. I'm sorry.
You're reverting right back. All right.
Here it is. Here it is.
He's right back in that saddle, man. You're right back, and wait till we get to the dragon glass scene. You're gonna quit the whole damn podcast.
I'm gonna push something over. I'm gonna knock it. I'm gonna knock something over.
You're gonna knock something over. In the Apple Store. God forbid we do the podcast and Amber's in the Apple Store. He's knocking all that shit off the wall.
Right over. The whole shelf plates on it. I'm knocking it all down. Throwing it down. Right to the floor. All of it. Get that out of here.
Oh, I'm crying.
All right. So we're still at Chain of Day? Yeah. Okay.
I mean, no, that's basically it.
Okay, so next, say giving out assignments. And I want to say before I even get into this section, John is acting like a bitch. He's acting like a straight girl. And not even to disrespect girls, but he is so much in his feelings. Oh, wah. Like, we're just watching the whole destruction of his mythos of what this Night's Watch thing we thought it was going to be. We'll be riding with Uncle Benjamin, saddle to saddle. We're going to be facing off beyond the wall. I'm a ranger, yada, yada, yada. John is in his feelings. He's talking about he's the best swordsman there. He can ride best, so he's just assuming that his skills
you didn't give us what the assignments were.
Okay, sorry. So John is assigned to be a steward. And they're running through all the assignments, and he's just like looking around like, did they say my name wrong? Did they say the wrong guy? And he's pretty much a steward, which is like an assistant to a higher up within the Night's Watch organization. For reference, listeners, Sam is assigned to be a steward as well. And he's actually going to be working in the library with Master Aemon. Maester Aemon, right? Okay.
Mm-hmm. Maester Aemon, yeah.
Sam is highly upset. He wants to be excused from the table. He's the white kid that, can I be excused? He really wants to get away from this dinner table. He doesn't want to.
And he was actually talking about leaving. He was talking about leaving, though.
Leaving, yes. So they get so they lamenting to each other, and here comes Pip. And Pip gives great perspective. It always these moments with Pip and Grant and even Samwell always brings John back to center. Like, stop being this pompous ass that you're acting, because I'm gonna give you some real. So I was singing in a High Lord's castle, had a very posh life. This is Pip talking. Until one day he grabs my leg and he wants to see my cock. So next thing I know, I'm shipped off to the wall. I don't get to see my family anymore, and I'll probably never sing in that type of plush environment again. That shocks John a little bit. Sam says, I thought you stole a cheese whiz, so I'm not going to tell you, that some High Lord tried to touch my cock, because he's right. Pip thinks people will think that way about him. And that wouldn't do well. That's not a rough enough story to be amongst the Night's Watchmen. So Sam proves Am right once again and says, like, the worst thing. Oh, Pip, I'd love to hear a song. Can you sing me a song?
Oh, my God. Not now, Sam. Not now.
Oh, he definitely picked the wrong time to ask for some song out the blue. Pip is telling him this heartbreaking story about being a victim and shaming the victim, and he definitely hashtag.
That's what you pull out of it.
He's definitely hashtag me too. So he would have his lawsuit running right now about the High Lord that tried to touch his cock, and especially, and it's funny because it doesn't apply. It applies to the current world. He'd be Terry Crews.
It's all post-Weinstein. This is all
very appropriate. Right, he almost got Weinstein, and then but his byproduct is go up to the fucking wall, and so we start also seeing a little of the corruption of what the wall is used for and what it used to be used for. So we got John being upset with what the wall, what he thought the Night's Watch was, and what the wall used to be, and then we got Pip being a unfortunate casualty of what the wall is. You send all your dirty laundry there. You want to shut somebody up, you send them to the wall. You want to change up your lineage and hierarchy. In Sam's case, you send him to the wall. You can realign all of your heirs and stuff like that. So it's definitely used as a device, and it doesn't hold the same pride. But then John gets enlightened from Samwell, and he's telling me, you don't see what they're doing? Now, mind you, Sam is the only one that holds his perspective, so it shows you, A, that Sam is really bright, but B, still everybody thinks that John is getting sunned, but Sam brings the enlightenment of, you're being groomed. You're going to be with Lord Mormont the whole time. You're going to be taking his meetings. You're going to be taking his notes. You're going to go riding with him in battle if that comes up. So this is not just some regular old stewardship. You're being groomed to be a leader possibly one day. And so that gives John a little light, tickles his testicles a bit, so he gets a little happy about that. You know, because, no, I'm serious. He's really acting like a bitch. And I'm watching it. I'm like, oh, you really like bitching up. Oh, may I be excused? You're talking to Master Aemon, who has the greatest sight of all. They're trying to put you on the G. They're trying to put you on the game, and you're just acting like a spoiled brat. Your uncle's gone.
Do I have to finish my food? Can I just go to my room?
Right. Can I be excused? And I know your uncle's going, so it's kind of emotional for you, but this is the way of the world. In this world, you wanted to join it. You joined it on some exaggeration and some imagination on your part. And so now you have to put your money where your mouth is. You got to walk the walk. And he doesn't like
how about this?
Walk.
How about all of this? You thought you were ready to go beyond the wall and be a ranger.
Exactly.
Benjen didn't even make it back.
Thank you.
Benjen didn't even make it back, fam. Like, you're not built for none of this shit. You're not. Right.
You have a steep learning curve, and you're going to learn by serving the Lord Commander his meals and turning his biscuits. And that's where the training starts. So I think that was great. But again, I hope this is I think it is, if my memory serves me right. This is like John stopped being a bitch so much early on, and he kind of settles in.
Now let me jump in real quick.
Yes.
If, and I'm going out on a limb here, if in this particular conversation where Sam is dropping game on John, if this was the point for you guys where you were like, hey, I think the Sam guy might turn out to be a awesome human being. If this was the indicator and I missed that, then you know what? Hey, kudos to you guys. Kudos.
Oh, actually, right. It was way before. He is right, but it was way before this.
No. Okay, don't overreach, because there was nothing before this that could have given you an indication that Sam's going to be worth a damn. You should have thought he was.
He's our relatable character. He's not like us, but he is like us. And, he's normalized amongst this big, grand, mythological world. That's what Sam is for us. You get it now?
All right. I get it. I'm going to like it, but I got it. All right.
Okay.
So then we cut to Renly approaches Ned, and he's like, listen, let me put you up on game. What we need to do is secure all of this shit. Cersei is tripping. I can have men ready for you ASAP. Let's get all of this shit locked down. And they're like, what are you talking about? Renly's like, man, why don't you, do I need to write it down? Why don't you see what is happening?
Write it down.
He was like, I heard I need to write things down for you, but I wasn't sure. Maybe I should have wrote this shit down. We don't have time
on a big poster.
Right.
He was like, don't have time.
We need to sort this out because I need to be king. Secure this for myself, brother. And he's like, whoa, hold up, man. What about your brother, Stannis? He's older.
The man is.
He's next in line. And he was like, well, nobody likes Stannis, though. Like, nobody really likes Stannis. He's a soldier. He's not.
Can I interject really quick?
Sure.
Because he really made Stannis sound like a lunatic. It wasn't just like, oh, he's not a leader. He was like, do you want him to be the king?
Everyone knows what Stannis is.
Everyone knows what. Yeah, like it was. Yeah. Such a big deal was made of it. I feel like we need to say it. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, Stannis is the crazy guy up in the mountains worshiping the Lord of Light. Like you don't need any of that.
Right. We don't need that. Come on, dude.
Yeah. He's like somebody from the Bible Belt. We don't need that guy up on the hill. Okay. Let's chill out with Stannis. But he was like, yeah, man. Stannis is a soldier. Do we really need to have another soldier playing king? Look how this turned out for Robert.
Renly was dropping all the gems.
Yo, he definitely was. And Ned was just like, listen, I'm about my honor shit. like, I'm not really sure, like, how you want to do this, but I'm not down with that. I'm the hand of the king. You was tripping. Period. Again, Ned with the honor. Period. After that, what does he write down? Oh, he writes something and sends it to Stannis? I almost
Yeah.
completely.
Yeah. He's writing. The parchment we get to see later. Stannis is going to read about the illegitimacy, right? Yeah, it's about the illegitimacy
right.
and who's the rightful heir, and he writes that down, and he learns from Jory's previous missteps. Take this straight to Stannis, not his steward, not his army, not his the head of his army, not his wife. Nobody take this straight to him. I'm gonna write it on a decent sized piece of paper. This is not a science project triboard. I know I sent those out to back. And I'm not telling this by Raven. I'm following my wife's example. No Raven, no crows.
Nobody else that can read.
Nope.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So great. So then he sends that off. He writes that down. Sends that off. And then Littlefinger comes in. So it caught me off guard the way Littlefinger came in. I didn't realize he was summoned. So when he just came in the room, I'm like, dude, you drawn. Okay, like we was in the middle of something right now. But you'd actually summoned him. I'm writing. This is important because I'm writing. He just walked in the room and shit. You know. So he summoned them, and they started discussing, Joffrey and Joffrey was it Joffrey should marry, Sansa should marry Joffrey. He should make peace with the Lannisters, return Tyrion. But Tyrion got released last episode, so we don't have any Tyrion in this episode, right?
No Tyrion in this episode. So that's
but they don't know what has happened yet. So he's like, release the imp.
So it's so funny what travels quickly and what doesn't.
What word gets where when?
But also remember, this is more George R. R. Martin than Benioff and Weiss at this point. So
true.
He's going to be selectful about. Oh, this got here quick, this got here slow. He does that.
Right. So it's so hard to feel out what his next move was going to be had Ned taken all his suggestions.
Oh, well, his next move
was he really prepared?
Most of them still happen.
Was he really prepared?
Yeah, he was going to be in a mix. Yeah, he was going to be in a mix. Mort said most of that stuff comes to pass anyway.
Oh, true. He still played him.
And he was planning himself to be in the mix. He was going to be, if this happened and he counseled him, he's going to be in his counsel. You know what I'm saying? And then also Ned is going to forcefully trust him. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Which ends up the same way.
Right.
And then Ned is saying that
Because I'm saying that because Littlefinger says we plan for it if in the future Joffrey gets too spicy, we just bring up this secret. So he wanted to use this as ammo. He's like, oh, now we got something good. So let's take this crown. Let's let Joffrey do his thing, and we got this on him. So he was like, let's use this as ammo.
And this is what kills me, though. Even in that
plan, though. Yeah, I don't know if he had this all planned out, I think.
But even in that, with Littlefinger saying that and Ned responding, what you're suggesting is treason. And Littlefinger says, even only if we lose. Here's the thing. Joffrey isn't the rightful heir. So Ned, you're getting the polarity crossed on your honor and shit. Like, what are you talking about? Even in the game plan that Littlefinger lays out, where is their treason if Joffrey is not the true heir? He's not supposed to be on the throne, period.
Right.
So, what are you talking about?
Renly's plan was the one that was actually sound. To me, except Renly calling himself king. That was
right.
That's when he lost.
Stannis was not going to have that shit. Stannis was
right.
Not.
That's when he lost. That's where Renly lost. That's where Renly lost Ned. Right there in that conversation when he suggested himself.
Right. Yeah, he went too far.
I'm taken aback at all of this. Again, another moment for Ned to get himself free and clear of this thing. And
Right.
Right.
he just didn't take it. He didn't take it.
All right. So that scene wraps up, and then we cut back to the wall with John, Sam, my young boy Ghost. They're heading out to the werewolf tree.
So they make it to the tree beyond the wall, and I think that he said that it was at least a mile past the wall, or at least a mile north, or something like that, right?
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like I remember that. Anyway, so they make it. They do their vow. They're like all congratulating each other, hugs, yay, we did it, it's awesome. And Ghost comes trotting back and is like, guys, got some shit, there's a bunch more. But take this for now, and drops a hand, just a frozen fucking hand at John's feet.
So I
And
totally forgot about that. So is this the hand that comes up later? Is this the White Walker's hand?
No, it looked
It's
like
like
a human hand, but it was like it's as viewers they're trying to make us connect with. We saw Benjamin's horse, now we see a hand.
Okay.
So there's foul.
Some savagery,
foul play.
Yeah,
there's some foul play afoot somewhere.
Oh man, I didn't even put the Benjamin part together. I immediately thought of like the first episode where there were people all caught up,
the most recent
that's
thing.
a great call out is what I'm saying. Yeah, I didn't even I missed it. And you're right.
Because are they even aware, I mean, other than the ramblings of the first Enlightened one, are they even aware of what happened in the first episode? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
just
did
the
that
rambling,
make it back to the
just
wall?
the rumor.
Right. They definitely thought he was
another
lying.
deserter. Yeah, or just told, they caught another deserter. You know what I'm saying? Because he never came back, so he didn't. Remember, he went through the wall and kept going. He didn't stop.
Straight past.
He didn't collect. He didn't collect $200.
Nope.
He did not pass go. He just kept
None
rolling.
Of it.
So
that's
so now
like Asha and them. They had to have gone to a castle that was abandoned to get through the wall.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's nobody's stopping to explain any of this stuff. So we're learning. They're learning just as we do as we go.
Right. So Ghost drops off the hand, and then it's like, whoa, shit. And then we flip it back over to the Dothraki camp.
Okay, we're zigzagging. Also, I would like to point out, because we're zigzagging in this manner and they're trying to teach us as much characters as once, we're not really realizing, like, we're back and forth to Essos and we're over here, and we're covering a lot of ground is what I'm saying, very swiftly.
Yeah.
The way they're editing these episodes. We're definitely, like, we're in Essos, and then we realize how far these places actually are. And also to give you perspective of, because it would have helped perspective, y'all, if we realized how far these were, if the cuts weren't so drastic, because then you could have more backing to Ned's theory of those people all the way across the narrow sea. Why are we worried about them? You know, the fact that they're cutting so quick back and forth, we think, they right there. You know, again, we thought they were going to invade in season 2, season 3. You know what I mean? We didn't think it would be so far off. So
definitely didn't.
So they're still in the marketplace, are they? Or are they back at they stuff rack?
They're back.
I think they're back.
back.
So they're back.
They're back.
And Khaleesi wants to know what's going to happen to the wine cellar, because they didn't kill him right there on site. Jorah explains that he will be tied to your horse and he will be dragged. And once he trips and falls, or he doesn't have the energy, he'll have to run to keep up. Once he trips and falls, he'll be dragged. And Jorah relays the story of one time he saw a man last 9 miles being dragged before, I guess, he just expired. So Khaleesi is taken back with the relentlessness of Robert. He's like, she thought that once her brother died, that Robert's pursuit of the Targaryens would stop. And Jorah relays to her that he will never stop. I think it's kind of ironic they don't know that Robert's dead at this point. So, they're just dealing with the last with the last communication or interaction they had with Robert, which is this wine cellar poison.
Right.
He's very real in their lives right there. They don't know yet. They'll find out soon enough that Joffrey's in the throne and stuff, but they don't know just yet.
Right.
But Jorah focuses on, you're the last Targaryen. If you don't, he definitely wants to take out the last Targaryen. Drogo comes running in. Oh my God, what is he called? This is the nickname he has for her? Son of my moon, moon of my stars.
Yeah,
moon of my stars. Yeah.
Moon of my stars. And he's very he seems weakened. So he's seeing their connection getting stronger and stronger. Oh my God, somebody tried to do something to my wife. He's very thankful to Jorah to handle, and to the point he gives him a horse. Again, the horse comes back up, so that's important. You take any horse you want.
You can have any horse you want.
You can have any horse you want. That's very important. And
I ain't going front. I thought that was kind of low. I thought that was kind of like, nigga, all y'all got is horses.
Like
horses everywhere.
But I think because they hold the horse in such high reverence, and for the cow, you can have any horse, meaning you can get like even the best horses we have, which is, they're great currency, I guess, amongst themselves.
True.
Yes, and they did point this out earlier in this season, and I think we may have touched on it, but he offers Dany a horse, like, after they get married, and it's a, white horse like her and whatnot. And Jorah mentions how big of a deal that is. Like,
got you.
That's an enormous gift he just gave her.
Right.
And that horses are such a big deal. So,
yes. And then this is a powerful thing. So now we revisit Drogo's hesitance to go across the Nile Sea, but now the Nile Sea has come across and tried to touch him. So he thinks that y'all tried to kill my son. Fuck all of that. Fuck all them traditions. We're going over there, and I'm gonna rape your sons. I'm gonna rape your daughters. I'll make them slaves. He's talking to everybody, getting them all hyped up. He's very passionate. There's 3 different scenes where he's spitting while he's talking.
Yeah.
So he's very passionate. I did not realize how powerful the guy Momoa. What's his name? What's his real name?
Momoa.
Momoa. He's
Momoa.
Playing the hell. Jason Momoa. He's playing the hell out of this role. I forgot all of this power because this is season 1, and you really believe it. You're like, oh shit, they about to go invade, and this is going down. Like, you think this stuff is inevitable. The show did a great job of painting this. This is about to happen next episode feeling, and he's getting everybody hyped. And he's also saying, I'm going to do what no cow has done before. That's important too, and I'm going to give my son this gift, this Iron Throne.
Yeah.
And then him and Dany are in this love, fuck, orgasm, death stare. The more he
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. And they're really into this thing, and they are falling in love with each other by the second. So all this whole speech of his, and they're really dedicated to conquering the world for their son.
The power just compelled them. It was neither one of them could stop it. Like, and they're just staring the shit out of each other. Like, chill out, guys. Yeah. There's an entire crowd, and
tons of people around, guys.
Maybe children in the city.
Yes, everybody you know is here. Chill out. It was so extra.
And then we get to the so we have that one climax, the fucking climax, and we get to the climax of the episode. Ned is called into the throne room by King Joffrey. And first, he's taken back. King Joffrey. What?
He was like King Joffrey.
You say what now? Who say what?
Now what you say, sir?
And he's called to the room by King Joffrey, and that immediately gives him the idea that Robert's dead. And then they start ringing the bells right then, too.
Yep. Shit ain't go the way it was planned.
He's debriefed by Littlefinger and Varys about what's going on. The city watches something he asked for earlier, because they're going to try to siege this. I guess it's stage a coup in the throne room, because that's what this is. It's a coup, right?
Pretty much.
He asked, where's Renly? Renly is in the wind. Him and 50 soldiers, and they are ghosts because they know what's about to go down. Also, Renly made public his claim, so he knew he had to break north and get that together.
He had to dip set. He had to dip
Right.
set. He already said, he was already like, fuck Stannis, I'm trying to be the king. Oh, wait, y'all ain't down with this?
He was like, word?
Y'all don't want to do this? Damn it. I've shown every card. I'm going to go.
Yeah, it was a wrap. I'm going to go, guys. I'm just going to go.
All right. So, Morg, you take this Joffrey.
Oh, okay. Fuck, I get this guy. Joffrey is immediately the asshole that we know him as when he died.
Yes.
Like, there was no in between. So I just want to, before we even get to this, sorry, listeners, I got to go on this tangent real quick. There's a part of, I think, both of you gentlemen that believe that there was this redeemable part of Joffrey before Robert died kind of thing. Like, if only Robert would have been around longer.
Just Castro.
It was that scene. It was the scene with him and his father. That's what I was
but you referenced this. But you reference this a lot. Like, Joffrey would have been different if Robert were around more, which I don't disagree with. But I want to be clear that we did see him be nothing but a dick before when Robert was alive and there.
Yeah.
And there was this was all gas, no brakes, pedal to the metal.
None.
Like, oh, my daddy's dead. Suck my dick, bitch! Like, to every single person that says hello to him.
But we also got to take into account, MJ, that as this was Joffrey, right, this was 80% Cersei. This is her hiding her plans and working them through Joffrey until, he turns into, he comes of age and becomes
until he comes of age. Yes. No,
right. So I don't take that away. We don't know what Robert's plans had he been alive to how he was going to steward his son into this thing. Because he was going to have to start soon. And that's what I mean by, like, Joffrey being different if Robert was still around. Like, it's something he came to grips on his deathbed, but he was going to come to that idea like, all right, I got to start grooming my son to be a king.
I also feel like at that point in Robert's story arc, in the way that he was painted in all of this, is he would have massively failed at that too, and just like would have never got around to it. Like,
you think he would have never came to that revelation of grooming his son ever?
No, I think that he would have came to the realization, and I don't think he would have executed. And if he tried to execute, it'd be too late. Like,
here's another
so
caveat.
much that Cersei's doing and has been doing.
What if Robert dies, right? And and Joffrey doesn't become a king right away? Do you think that gives a window for Jaime to now influence his son? But do y'all think that could have happened?
I think that's a great hypothetical. Yeah, I think that it's
Jaime could have slid in and
possible.
started being more fatherly to his son, and he would have been a different kid.
I think it's possible, Castro. I also think it's super pie in the sky. I think any of these scenarios that we're thinking of when it comes to the dad influencing him means that we're giving them the credit of being a great dad.
Right, which
you know what I mean? Like, no.
Right.
And they weren't going to start tomorrow. No. We're giving them, we're projecting on them what we would want to see done, and we don't have evidence that any of them would ever be a great dad. Like, Robert has what he thinks are his own children. At least we're led to believe that he thinks those are his kids, right? Like, he's not done shit with any three of them.
Right.
Also, you got to remember.
Go ahead.
Also, you got to remember, this is pre-redemption Jaime. This is the Jaime that just tried to kill a boy. So this is Jaime that's purely under Cersei's influence, no redeeming qualities whatsoever. So to have him actually raising Joffrey, you're getting the same Joffrey. You're getting the same Joffrey as with Cersei doing it.
It's definitely just going to be Cersei at that point.
Yeah.
So, I think Anyway, I just wanted to note, sorry for the super long tangent, guys, but I just wanted to note that Joffrey had zero breaks to this. He went all the way to the top of the asshole pile as soon as he sat down. So he's on the throne, and he's like sitting there like he doesn't fucking care that he's the king, like all sprawled out on the thing, and he's like, pledge your loyalty right now, not now, but right now. And Ned's like, nah, I'm not going to do that, because this isn't the actual plan, and we have a plan, and it's legal because the king said it. So here you go.
Right. He showed that before he played the proof, right? He showed that before he gave the letter before he showed his hand about the illegitimacy. He just said, this is what Robert wanted. I'm not going to say you're not his son yet. Right. Yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah. So he hands over the decree of the king to
Cersei.
To Sir Barristan.
Sir Barristan first.
To who?
To Sir Barristan.
Sir Barristan. You're right.
Yeah, I want to jump. I'm gonna jump in on the Cersei part. More.
Okay, so he hands it to Sir Barristan. He reads it. Eyebrows raised, like, oh shit. Reads it out loud. Wait, does he read it out loud? Yeah.
He does.
He reads it out loud.
Yeah.
He says that he's named.
He reads it out loud.
That's named. Yeah.
Yeah. And Cersei's like, easy.
Let me jump in. Let me see this. Let me jump in. So she grabs on.
Yeah, no, that's you.
And part of me, when I first watched it, and even the second time, I was thinking that, okay, so the scene should be, all right, so we're going to rearrange this. Ned's going to go up there and sit, and, Joffrey's going to move over. There was no way that was even going to be taken out, whether she ripped the letter up or not, because that would have been embarrassing. We set this whole thing up. Joffrey's there, the guards are there, everybody's in formation, and then they're going to get this letter, and then they're going to just move over a seat. Nah. I also wanted to point out that Cersei is very glowed up in this moment, because earlier she had the bruises. She's just wearing not queen's clothes, but long flowing things, and her hair is down all the way up until this point. Now her hair is braided up. She has a different color on, more with a little more pop to it, not like the dutiful wife queen. Now I'm the queen regent. Queen comes first.
Yeah.
The other part comes second. I think before it was like wife queen. You know what I'm saying? In terms of the importance of title. And she rips that damn letter up. And I remember kind of gasping. I was aghast, not now, but the first time I watched it, I was like, oh, shit, you could just do that. Yeah, that's the king's words.
Right,
like
I'm
you
like,
can't just do
I'm like
Barristan. He said those are the king's words, and she put it right in perspective. That king is dead. King Joffrey's king now. So even saying King Robert's words, this is like not like our society where you still call Clinton president after all these years. You still call Reagan president before he died after all these years. Carter is still President Carter. Right. You keep that title. Out here, no, you don't. There's only one king. So you can say those are King Robert's words, and that's actually true. But King Robert doesn't even apply because King Joffrey is sitting in the throne right now. And I thought that was real poignant when she said that. No, that's just King Joffrey. Fuck these damn words when they're drunk. And nobody really reacts. Nobody really reacts except Barristan. Tell me, is the only one that reacts to her ripping up that letter. Everybody else is like, let's see how this. I think everybody in the room is like, let's see how this turns out. Now, mind you, the City Watch has a plan already. That everybody in the room has a plan that Robert doesn't know. I mean, excuse me, that Ned doesn't know.
That Ned doesn't know. Everybody has a plan except for Ned.
Everybody has a plan. Littlefinger.
Or no, I guess Ned has a plan, but yes.
I also noticed that it was Janos Flint that said that the watch is with you to Ned when they were walking in, which was a false statement. Janos, bitch ass number 2. And rips it up and threatens Ned. And then Joffrey jumps up. Here you go, Mark. Jumps up. Kill them all. Kill them. I'm a little kid. Kill.
Kill them all. Kill him. He's a fucking lunatic. Cersei should have known from that very fucking moment. Because in that moment to me, he was no different than the fucking 85-year-old that's sucking on Lysa's tit. Like,
Robin.
Those are the same Robin. Thank you.
Yep.
Just
right
Robin.
then, Cersei thinks
put
she's
him to
doing.
the mundo. Kill them all.
Cersei,
Like, what the fuck?
She's thinking she's doing mastering puppeteering. I think that's why she doesn't see
Right.
it. She's thinking the puppet thing is working. We think it's the puppet thing as well. We think that too. This is Cersei talking through him. And take it away, Mark.
We get a look. We get a look between Cersei and, what was his name, Tasha?
Jano Flint. I missed that. There
was definitely a look.
Oh, there's definitely a look.
Yeah.
Okay. There's definitely a look. And it's right after Ned says, arrest these people, basically.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you want to expand on that?
Her Queen Regent and her children.
So he
take them to their quarters.
Tell them, place their swords down. I don't want any bloodshed. Another mistake by Ned. All of these mistakes,
Ned,
one by one. Like, now we're at the foot of the battle, Ned. Like, you can't be like, I don't want any bloodshed, and think that maybe because you thought you outnumbered everybody in there. This is the second time his men got killed. First time with Jamie. Now is another time where they just get stabbed the hell up. New batch. And right then, Ned is looking around totally flabbergasted, as I am as a viewer too. And it's just everybody's dying around me. What the hell is going on? I thought I had this.
Hold on, but you skipped ahead really quick. You skipped right ahead. So they give the look, and then Ned thinks he's in charge in that moment. Like, he's like, I got this shit. You're about to. And they just start killing them, like straight stabbing them immediately.
Somebody says now, and they change position. Somebody says now, and they change position.
Right.
To aim at his men, and then it also like shows their hand. Let him know he ain't the one in charge right here. They change position, and then that's like, huh? Then they start stabbing his men all up.
Yeah.
And
thank you.
And then we get the defining meme of Littlefinger. He jumps right on Ned, puts a knife to his throat, and says, "I told you shouldn't have trusted me." Now, my question to everybody is, do you think this would have happened irregardless? I'm talking about Littlefinger betraying Ned, irregardless of how that conversation went earlier. If Ned bought what Littlefinger was selling, you think he would have put the knife to his throat?
If Cersei offered him one step better,
Yeah, thank you. There it is. One gold dragon better. Whoever had the better offer was going to win that.
Whoever had the better offer was winning that. And he knew he had the pivot, the room to pivot.
Yeah. Also, the we got to remember, money is the motivation, but so is Cat. So getting Ned out of the way in any shape, form, or fashion opens the door for Cat in his mind.
Definitely. We don't know how big a motivation that is right now, but we know later. That's driving everything that's going. So
but we're getting all of the context for it, though. We're getting all of the background, because that weird ass scene
that was
where he's coaching him through and telling his whole shit, like, that was very telling of who Littlefinger is. You know,
I could be wrong, but I think the older brother was named Rob as well, because I think that's where Rob gets his name from.
Oh,
I'm
maybe
not
that's
sure.
why
I think
confused.
that's where his own. Yeah, that's why we might not be remembering. I think he was named Rob too. That's the one that was killed in the throne room trying to save their father from the Mad King.
Right.
Oh.
And again, he was promised to Catelyn first. That was the first thing. So when he got killed, then they substituted Ned in there to make that union go. But I just want everybody to remember, listeners too, this is the great meme of Littlefinger, him rolling. I remember this picture like yesterday, him being right behind Ned with the knife, saying, "I told you shouldn't have trusted me." I told you. You see that? It's like this double entendre of lies and truth. I told you not to trust me. I was being honest with you when I said don't trust anybody, including me.
Right.
I told you. So look what you did there. So So now the stage is really set. The stage is really set. Us as listeners are taking. I mean, as watchers at this point, first watch, I was like, ooh. I was vulnerable because I didn't know where the show was going. I was like, what is happening now? You know, and everything happened so fast. Even when he went to the throne room, and Joffrey was already sitting there, and Cersei was already glowed up and ready, and Ned was highly
glowed
unprepared.
all the way up.
Highly unprepared. The moment he accepted this handship, he was unprepared.
Completely. Completely. But in this exact episode, with that exact moment that becomes the best meme, I still was so cocky I watch great TV shows. I know that they're not about to kill that guy. Like, I was so cocky in it that I was like, oh, well, this will all be explained. You know, like I was like, that fucking Littlefinger.
I don't know if they thought they were going to break him out, but even up until, I'll tell you, all the way up until they brought him out there, I thought somehow he was going to get out there.
Because we saw this. We see this happen in every Pirates of the Caribbean.
Too many times.
We see it happen in every single Pirates of the Caribbean. They're about to be hung, and they get away. So, this is nothing.
Right.
We had them. Sure.
But even before the execution scene, even before Lord Edward, I thought he was going to get sprung or they were going to part. Something was going to happen.
Right.
His incarceration and all that shit. I'm not trying to get too far ahead.
I don't want to get too far ahead either, but, like, I was literally, up until the moment that it actually happened, I had hope. I was like, well, there's just no way. Like, no, because you can't. So I was thinking something's going to happen. So, and
again, we're only in episode 7.
Fuck in this moment. Right. So in this moment, I was super cocky. I was like, this will be fine.
Or at least hopeful. At least hopeful. But again, this thing happened so fast. When we went into the throne room, everything was changed. The order of the guard, Jamie wasn't there at that point. You know what I'm saying? Renly's gone. Everything's changed. Joffrey's sitting in that throne. I remember the shift. I remember feeling the shift. Like, oh, there's a whole new ball game.
Like, think about this. Think about this, guys. Let's think about this. Their outfits were ready to go.
Yep.
They were ready to go. Like, Cersei was not playing games with Ned or anyone. At all.
Nope.
Oh, nigga.
Even when she was most fearful that Ned was going to drop. Yep, that Ned was going to drop that bomb like y'all were telling me, and I totally missed that. She was ready to go. Because when he came back with that bore injury, she was like, all right, this is working. And I guess she was like, if it didn't work this time, it'll work next time. You know what I'm saying? If he didn't die from this.
Right.
Oh, there was going to be some way that this would work out. Like, he would die from this wound no matter what, I think, at that point.
Whether it was a wound plus poisoning, a wound plus something else.
Right.
She was going to finesse.
This was going to be enough. Right. This was going to be enough. He was going to be killed by a pig.
If he didn't get impaled by this boar, she had it set up. This was going to go down every time she went hunting because also she knew that if she drove to a level of frustration or if things happened, he always wanted to go hunting to clear his head. So she knew when the chaos started coming to the capital, all right, my plan, my long con is starting to finally. Who knows how many years she was planning it.
And
she knew that those
and it worked in her favor that all those other people are there.
Right. But not even just how many years, but how many cons. This is probably one of 5 cons she had working. If the boar thing doesn't work, we'll try the soup thing later. If the soup thing doesn't work, we'll try him getting murdered by a whore down in the brothel. Like, she was ready to get him up out of there. Yeah.
Right. Because she admitted to Lady Olenella way ahead, she admitted that I killed my husband because yada, yada, yada. So she definitely was in control. And at least assumed she was in control. But Joffrey's the wild card, y'all. And this is the first indicator. Kill him. He's the wild card. And I didn't know it then, but he does not turn out how she wanted it to be.
At all.
All right, everybody, listeners. Thank y'all for tuning in. We're having a great time here doing this rewatch. We're getting to the real meat of this season 1. And this episode was 3 more. It's 10 every 10.
That's right.
And again, this episode was titled "You Play, You Die."
You win or you die.
You win or you die. Cersei. Cersei talking, but Tywin's voice coming out. And we hope y'all keep tuning in. We got more promo materials. We will be starting the live tweet again. We know people enjoy that.
Yeah.
And so but we got the holiday coming up. So if anybody is faithfully tuning in, just give us some length. You'll get this episode published, but we will be taking a week off for the holiday, and then we'll be back at our regularly scheduled Game of Thrones bat time.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, and for Aphrodisiac, This is Curly Castro signing off. Good night.
Night.
Game of Thrones.